Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Yesterday, Sunday, January 8th, 2017, one of the top news stories were the four people killed in Jerusalem when supposedly a truck drove into a crowd of military personnel. They said three female soldiers were killed and one man. This is the third time in the last year's time that we've gotten a mainstream news story about a truck driving into a crowd, killing people, and the driver being inspired by ISIS. The latest headlines about this story are Netanyahu, the leader of Israel, saying the driver was likely inspired by ISIS. Just days ago, we had the Hoax shooting at the Fort Lauderdale airport, where the supposed shooter years ago had reported that our own military was trying to recruit him into ISIS. Very interesting details. But let's just begin by looking at this hoax by watching the mainstream news coverage. Let me get myself out of here. Let me make sure I got the volume cranked up. Just watch how fake this looks. You can tell that the image is all grainy. No reason for this grainy imagery in the age of HD, which we live in. And just watch how you can't even see anything. It just cuts away right when the truck's supposedly about to hit the group of people. Just watch, 100% fake. You'd have to be a fool to think anything else. Either that or under total mind control, as so many people in this world are. So many people, when they turn on the TV, just pay attention to their eyes. You can tell they're in a trance. They're in a hypnotic state where they're just nodding along with what's told to them through the obviously lying TV. There's a reason I call it the lie box. Check this out.
We begin with a deadly attack in Jerusalem where a truck has rammed into a group of people. This surveillance video captured the moment it happened. At least four people were killed. Three of the dead are female soldiers, the other a man. The driver of the truck was shot and killed, authorities say, and this is the truck itself. You can see just how large it is and how the front is damaged. An Israeli...
I mean, just right there, why do they go from that clear shot that looks like modern times to this? What is this? And what was that a second ago? It was nearly black and white, cuts out right when it supposedly hits the crowd. It's just like, come on.
The minister has called the attack an act of terrorism. Well, Oren Lieberman is live in southern Israel for us.
And that's just it right there. An act of terrorism. Here, let me mute this. I just want you to see the name of this guy they bring on the screen, and we'll talk about why that's so funny. They got this guy ready to tell you what's going to go on. Oren Lieberman. We don't even need to hear his words because just understand these are propaganda agents. Oren Lieberman coming on at 5:02 to tell you the story of what didn't happen. So here's what they say. 4 killed, 3 women, 1 man, 13 injured. The numerology of 13 is 1 plus 3 equals 4, so 4 killed. In numerology, 4 injured, 4, 4. The word kill equals 44. Number we see used often in these false flags. 4 killed in gematria sums to 113, like mainstream, like dishonest. The mainstream media is run by Zionist Jews who follow the Talmud. And the Talmud, Baba Kama 113a, says it's okay for somebody who's Jewish to use lies or subterfuges to circumvent a Gentile, someone who's not Jewish. Here's propaganda about the Jewish state that shouldn't exist. In the Torah, the true book of the Jewish people, it says that they're not to have a Jewish state. In the Talmud, it says 6 million Jewish people need to die for them to claim their own Jewish state. That's why they give you the false lies of World War II that 6 million Jews were killed. Something that also never happened, just like this truck accident never happened. But 113, number often used in propaganda. I've talked about this before with the reporting of 4 killed, 4 dead. Go back and look at the history of false flags and how many times they report 4 people died. 4 dead equals 74, like Masonic, like Jewish, like occult, like English, like gematria. Very special number to the gang. Gematria, a Jewish practice. Again and again, coded headlines with the same numbers and stories that don't make any sense, that have no proof that they happened. Like this news that we just watched. There's zero proof here that wreck happened. I mean, show us the real footage. We're adults. You want to tell us that there's this terrorist threat that we all need to give our tax dollars to because they're out killing people? You know, they're saying we need to give up our rights and liberties. But they can never produce anything to prove that these disasters have ever happened. Look at what they just showed you. Grainy black and white footage. Just watch it again on mute. I mean, look at this. This is what they want to tell you is going on in the world. Look at this. Be afraid, America. Be afraid, world. Edit. Why is this black and white with the only color you can see is those red trees? It's probably all symbolism I don't understand. Then they give you the regular shot, and then what happens 5 seconds later? You know, it's like it's 1980 again. So anyway, the date that this happened, yesterday, Sunday, January 8th, 2017. Date with 46 numerology, date with 19 numerology. January 8th, 2017. Notice the word chaos equals 46 and 19. The Freemasons, the Zionists, they believe in order out of chaos. That's what these stories are. Manufactured chaos to put out their order. More war, less rights, more tax dollars to the war empire. Notice the word truck also equals 19. Yesterday, a date with 19 numerology. It was December 19th that the truck crashed in Berlin. Then it was the Bastille Day incident, which was all by the numbers. I have videos on both of these incidents exposing how hoaxalicious they were. Excuse me. Let me say that again clearly. How hoaxalicious they were. We don't want to disrespect the word hoaxalicious, because that's what's always going on in this mainstream media. This was also in Jerusalem. At the beginning of the year, I said why 2017 was going to be the year of Zionist Israel. Lots of false flags I expect there this year. Here we go. You know, just a week later. 1 week in, boom, we got one. Remember, you can't spell Jerusalem without USA in the middle. And it's the USA who built the military, funds the Bill of Israel. It's the U.S. who went into the world wars and fought on the side. The U.K. that wanted to bring about the Zionist state of Israel, a plan from before World War I, which most Americans don't know because it's not taught here in our schools. For good reason, because they don't want the people of this world to know what's really going on, that we live in a big Jewish empire and, you know, the Jewish Zionists. Their belief from that same book where I showed you Baba Kamal 113a, that same book, their beliefs express the non-Jews of the world. They are the slaves of the world. Their purpose is to generate wealth and revenue so that the Jewish people can live off that wealth and revenue and not even have to work. That is what's in their book. And that's what's going on in the U.S. All these people working for dirt wages, generating all this revenue for huge companies, all that revenue going to the rich investors, who many of them are Jewish Zionists. So anyway, Jerusalem in Gematria sums to 104. The date America was established, July 4th, 1776, a date with 104 numerology. USA right in the middle. Jerusalem also equals 32 and 41. America 32, USA 41. Jerusalem, Israel, the 51st straight. 51st state. Made too many videos this morning. Been talking too long. But I mean, just look at it, Truth Seeker. I mean, what is it? Black and white, color up here. I've seen movies like this before. It's like Sin City. It's just such a joke. I'll show you something that did stand out here, though. That made this look more realistic than... Here we go. I noticed in their news footage, they got this shot of the truck. And look, it's even clear. It's even in normal HD quality. It almost looks like down here there's some blood. Remember, it was a big white truck on Bastille Day that supposedly ran over 300 people, killing 84. They laid out plastic dummies in the street. Dummies equals 84. That incident came 84 days after the movie Bastille Day, which was about a terrorist act on Bastille Day in France. Anyway, there wasn't a drop of blood. There wasn't anything red on that white truck in France. Here, down by the wheel well, some red. I'm sure they just put it there as a prop, but at least they're getting better at what they do. This tweet right here, oh, that's what it was. It was a tweet. This tweet in the news article that CNN provided from Mickey Rosenfeld, Rosenfeld 44, like military, like kill. like 4 dead, 13 injured in numerology. Got another tweet at 4:07 a.m. with 74 reshares and 44 likes. Just makes me laugh. Israel recognized as a nation November 29th, 1947 with a 33-member vote by the United Nations. 47. Remember, foundation equals 47, framework 47, authority 47, obey 47, 74 reshares, the reflection of 47, Jewish 74, Masonic 44, we just talked about it. Freemasons. It's always Freemasonry. Divide and conquer, order out of chaos. This article talks about Hamas, the opposition to Israel. Hamas, controlled opposition, no doubt. Where does Hamas get all of its dollars from in Palestine? Think about it. It's because the powers that be, they know they always have to have a controlled opposition to give people hope, to make that controlled opposition look like an enemy when they need it. Multiple purposes does controlled opposition serve. And Hamas is definitely controlled opposition. Running hospitals. You know who runs hospitals? You know who created Western medicine as we know it? Freemasons. We live in their world, the Freemasons. History equals 42. Knowledge 42. Economics, astrology. So many things. 42. Number of the Freemasons. Netanyahu. Remember, Netanyahu has the same gematria as Israel. No coincidence. Crazy name. Made gematria perfect. So yeah, these are just headlines, how they changed over time from the numbers injured to getting the ISIS narrative in there. Remember, ISIS stands for Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. Israeli Secret Intelligence Service. ISIS equals 38, like Jewish, like Masonic, like Jew, rhyming with Netanyahu. And here's something else I want to point out just for fun. You see this, Truth Seeker? This post, it only got 2 comments. Only got 2 comments. A lot of you hate the sports work that I do. You say, why do you focus on sports? It's just a waste of time. Remember, all of my sports work is just to wake up people to how these sports are rigged. They're wasting their time, their energy. Look at my post views. Notice here, sports posts get big views. Talk about the Patriots possibly in the Super Bowl, 900 views. Eli Manning's final touchdown, how it was scripted yesterday, 643 views. Aaron Rodgers' Hail Mary, 862 views, how it was scripted. NFL discussion thread, over 4,000 views. You know, what I did on Jerusalem yesterday, 155 views. Packers running the table. I mean, the point I'm trying to show you guys is this video I just showed you, I think this work's really important. People need to know about the false manufactured news scaring people into this terrorist boogeyman. But in reality, people don't care and they don't look for it. They have no interest in it. Sports, people are looking for. People want to know about sports. And what I do with sports is show how they're scripted as no one has ever done before. So, again, look at my work. The majority of it is stuff like what we just did. Exposing the false news, the manufactured news to scare the masses. And the reason I make the majority of my work that is because I think that's what's most important. That's what people have to start caring about, looking for. But I know there's not a big audience for it. And I don't do that much sports work, but I put out the sports work because I know that's where the eyes of the masses are. And I'm trying to reach the eyes of the masses. There's a lot of people who found my sports work and now follow the other content I put out. So again, just a reminder, why I do what I do, the reason I make videos the way I make them, the reason I cover the topics that I cover. Some people say I should just focus more on things like this. And again, I'm just trying to reach as many people as possible, trying to figure out the best way to do that. It's live and learn, research and progress, always room for improvement. But that's all for this one. Another scripted news story decoded. Until next time.